everyone. This is Brandy Morgan, your Soulful Life Coach with the Morgan Legacy Group. I just wanted to pop on real quick and talk to you guys about the topic of IEPs and 504 plans. For those of you who may not know, IEPs and 504 plans are plans that parents go into contract with schools to assist their children, children that could have medical issues and or learning disabilities. The main difference between the IEP and the 504 plan is that the IEP has educational benefits such as direct services, which could be like occupational therapy, speech therapy, things of that nature. And the 504 plan provides equitable access to learning environments. Happy Friday, everyone. This is Brandy Morgan, your Soulful Life Coach with the Morgan Legacy Group. I just wanted to pop on real quick and talk to you guys about the topic of IEPs and 504 plans. For those of you who may not know, IEPs and 504 plans are plans that parents go into contract with schools to assist their children, children that could have medical issues and or learning disabilities. The main difference between the IEP and the 504 plan is that the IEP has educational benefits such as direct services, which could be like occupational therapy, speech therapy, things of that nature. And the 504 plan provides equitable access to learning environments. So another difference is that the 504 plan actually goes with your children through college. So it's not just kindergarten through 12th grade, which is what the IEPs provide. A 504 plan will go with your child into college. So both of my children had issues, I guess, learning in school. So with my daughter, she needed an IEP because she had social anxiety and test anxiety. So she would know the material like back and forth. She would know it. If I tested her at home, she'd be able to answer the questions, and everything would go good. She'd get to school, she'd get the test, she'd sit down, and she'd go blank. She'd freeze up, she'd get nervous, and so we had to find ways of working with that. Now, I was a young mom, and I really didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I had the opportunity, I guess, to do when working with IEPs and 504 plans versus my son, who is 8 years younger than my daughter. And with him, he has ADHD and oppositional defiance disorder. So with that, his IEP was structured a little differently. For instance, he would get extra test time, which is something that my daughter got as part of her IEP plan as well. But on top of his extra test plans, he would have special accommodations such as being able to step outside of the class to regroup and regather himself and then come back in and join the class. Or for certain subjects, they would have another student or an adult to help take notes for him so that he can focus on what the teacher was saying instead of slowing the rest of the class down to try to keep up and take those notes. Also, IEPs and 504 plans generally have an annual meeting once they've been set up. And what a lot of parents don't understand, and what I didn't understand at first when I had my daughter, was that these are legally binding contracts that we're signing with our kids in order to get them the support that we feel that they need to be successful in their educational journey. So with that being said, you don't have to wait for that annual meeting. If you feel like your child's needs are not being met with the current IEP or 504 plan that you guys have in place, you can request that you have an updated meeting and change some of that plan. You can do an addendum to that plan and upgrade things. So if you feel like, let's say, your child is shutting down. They are getting so frustrated with the work, they're tearing up their paper, they are covering their head with their beanie, not being responsive to you, just kind of shutting down, hiding under the desk kind of activities that are occurring. You can request a meeting prior to the annual meeting, I guess an emergency meeting, and find out what steps can be taken to help correct those actions and provide support for your child when those things do occur, so that your child feels like they're getting the need that they help, but they're also less likely to disrupt the rest of the class. One of the things that helped me along the way in learning how to deal with IEPs and 504 plans was the fact that I was working for Corbett Group Homes, which was at the time located in San Jose, California. They've since closed, unfortunately, but I was able, through the CEO, to take a class through Santa Clara County, which taught me about IEPs and 504 plans. So before I had the opportunity to take this chance, I could not even tell you that it was a legal binding contract. I couldn't tell you any of the special accommodations. I mean, I knew that they had made accommodations for my kids when I had started working with the IEPs, but I didn't know really how to structure it and how important that structure was, because each child learns differently. So you really have to be open to expressing yourself, expressing your concerns, allowing your child to express their own concerns with their learning, and have that open dialogue and communication. You really want them to be involved because it's there to support them. So going to an IEP meeting without your child, I would never recommend that. Because you might learn one way, but your child might learn another way, and you're never going to know that without their input. And since this is something that is built specifically to support them through their classes, you know, these services are need to be tailored for your child and whatever situation that they are going through. So never hesitate to ask for that meeting. Ask the counselor to join, the principal to join, any particular teachers that have subjects where your child is really having difficulty in. Make sure that you are involving as many people in this plan as possible to support your child. So taking action as a parent looks like researching and studying and asking questions and networking, connecting with other parents that maybe have previous experience with an IEP or a 504 plan. Whatever you do, involve your child. Never allow your child to feel left out in the decisions being made for their support. I think that is something that I did wrong with my daughter. I wasn't as open and communicative with her. She was there, but she wasn't really involved. And I really had to change that and change my dialogue with my kids once it came down to my son, because he struggled a little bit more than my daughter did. And I say all this to say, basically, that as a coach, I'm here to guide you guys through processes like these. I have experienced more than my fair share of things in this lifetime, and I had to learn a lot about it the hard way. I had to teach myself, do that research myself. So I want to be able to share my knowledge and the tools that worked for me to help you get through situations like that. Don't be scared to reach out. Don't be scared to put a comment, inbox me. For those who personally know me, feel free to call me, text me. You can email me. I will put my email in the comments. I'm always available for dialogue. And I just, I really want you guys to feel confident when you go into that room with those teachers, defending your child and supporting them. And that's what I'm here to help you with. So I hope everyone is having an amazing Friday, and I hope that your weekend is even better. Thank you for coming on and listening to me. Bye.